Hi, this is Chaz Compton with the Workforce Innovation Technical Assistance Center, or the WINTAC. What is the purpose of the WINTAC? The WINTAC is a national center that is funded to provide training and technical assistance, or TA, to state vocational rehabilitation agencies and related rehabilitation professionals and service providers to help them develop the skills and processes needed to meet the requirements of the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act, or WIOA. The WINTAC is funded by a cooperative agreement from the Department of Education's Rehabilitation Services Administration. The WINTAC is led by the Interwork Institute at San Diego State University, but we have several partners across the country. These partners include the George Washington University Center for Rehabilitation Counseling, Research, and Education, the National Disability Institute, the Institute for Community Inclusion at the University of Massachusetts, Boston, the University of Washington Center for Continuing Education in Rehabilitation, PolicyWorks, the Career Index, the Council of State Administrators of Vocational Rehabilitation, and Syracuse University's Burton Blatt Institute. The WINTAC provides three main types of technical assistance. These include universal technical assistance, which is primarily delivered through our website at wintac.org, but it may also include conference presentations and presentations to large groups. There's targeted technical assistance, which is more specialized or targeted to an agency or group of agencies. And then there's the primary form of technical assistance and training we provide, which is intensive. And that is sustained over time and driven by an intensive technical assistance agreement. The WINTAC is halfway through our final or fifth year and has intensive technical assistance agreements with 53 of the 78 state VR agencies in the country. We have 8 primary training and PA topic areas that include the implementation of effective and efficient pre-employment transition services for students with disabilities, the implementation of Section 511 requirements related to subminimum wage employment, resources and strategies that promote competitive integrated employment for individuals with disabilities, including supported and customized employment, integration of the public VR program into the workforce development system, the transition to the common performance measures and reporting, business engagement and employer supports, the use of labor market information, including the Career Index Plus, and apprenticeships and customized training. We're going to go through each one of these topic areas and talk a little bit about the technical assistance we're providing and the impact or outcome that these technical assistance activities and trainings have had over the first 4.5 years of the project. Pre-employment transition services is our most heavily requested area of technical assistance. It is included in 37 agreements covering 39 vocational rehabilitation agencies. We have provided targeted technical assistance in Pre-ETS services in all other agencies in the country. The most common types of activities include assisting states with developing policies and procedures and internal controls related to expenditure, tracking, and reporting of Pre-ETS, whether the costs that they are expending are allowable, accurate financial reporting, development of state and local educational agency agreements, and the movement from the required to authorized activities and training. We've also developed online modules for pre-employment transition services that are available on our website at https://explorework.com. We encourage you to check those out if you're interested in seeing how Pre-ETS can be delivered by distance. Some of the major outcomes for pre-employment transition services have been to help develop, review, or revise 383 policies and procedures for pre-employment transition services, to help to review, revise, or develop language for 177 pre-employment transition services contracts that exist between state VR agencies and community rehabilitation service providers, educational agencies, and other organizations that VR has contracted with to deliver pre-employment transition services. In addition, we've helped to review or revise more than 86 state or local educational agency agreements with public VR programs related to the provision of pre-employment transition services. Training and technical assistance has contributed to the following national outcomes for Pre-ETS at the end of federal fiscal year 2019. And it's important to remember that while these outcomes are going to be articulated here. We have contributed to them. The VR program has done the work associated with them. So as of the beginning of our project, we've had more than 114,577 students with disabilities served in pre-employment transition services by the public program across the country. Of those students, 32,856 of them are potentially eligible students with disabilities, and 21,782 potentially eligible students with disabilities have applied for services from the VR program as a result of receiving Pre-ETS services. Of the agencies that received intensive technical assistance from the WINTAC, the average Pre-ETS expenditure increased by more than 137.8% from the prior year, which demonstrates the impact of technical assistance in helping VR programs expend their 15% reserve as required by law. The next topic area is the implementation of Section 511. And this Section 511 refers to requirements associated with sub-minimum wage employment for individuals with disabilities. Section 511 technical assistance is included in 12 of our intensive technical assistance agreements and has been provided in a targeted way to more than 20 other state VR agencies. Common activities include the development of policies and procedures to ensure compliance with Section 511, and you can find out more about those policies and procedures by reviewing a document that we created on our website that specifies what those policies and procedures might look like to ensure compliance with the law. In addition, a very heavy area of technical assistance has been the development of career counseling, information, and referral services, or CCINR, presentations as required by law. The WINTAC has helped VR programs to develop the presentations that they use to individuals who work in sub-minimum wage to let them know what the possibilities are for them and the options are for them for employment beyond sub-minimum wage work. In addition, we've helped to assist VR agencies to identify strategies for delivering CIE and INR and tracking and reporting the delivery of these services. There's been some fairly significant outcomes of Section 511 technical assistance across the country, some of which have been contributed to by the WINTAC and others by the law itself. All of the technical assistance activities that relate to 511 are now complete, with ongoing questions and answers, a very common way for us to continue to interact with states. The impact of Section 511 legislation has been dramatic in terms of reducing the number of 14C certificate holders and the number of individuals working in sub-minimum wage across the country. We've been tracking this impact since January of 2016 all the way to the most recent wage and hour data released by the Department of Labor. Since January of 2016, the number of 14C holders in the country has decreased from 2,570 to 1,544. This is a decrease of 40%. The number of individuals working in sub-minimum wage employment decreased from 243,657 to 122,371 during that same time period, for a reduction of 50%. One of the biggest outcomes of technical assistance in this area was the development of customized employment pilot projects to help VR programs and their partners increase their capacity to effectively serve youth that would have traditionally entered sub-minimum wage employment after high school. One of the intents of Section 511 was to help ensure that individuals, especially youth with disabilities, had greater options in terms of pursuit and achievement of competitive integrated employment rather than entering into sub-minimum wage employment. The implementation of customized employment was a way to help VR programs and their partners to ensure that they could serve this population. Which leads us into our third program area, competitive integrated employment. Technical assistance related to employment strategies and resources that promote competitive integrated employment, or CIE, is very common for us, including the development of supported and customized employment for VR programs and their partners. Technical assistance and training is focused on understanding and implementing the changes to supported employment in WIOA, defining what is considered a competitive integrated employment work environment, and developing the capacity of VR programs and their partners to deliver customized employment as a service for consumers. There are currently 21 state VR programs getting intensive technical assistance in this area, with 15 of them having customized employment pilot projects that were developed as a part of our technical assistance. The impact of competitive integrated employment technical assistance has been that one state increased their supported employment referrals by more than 500% after the completion of a pilot project designed to improve the partnership between VR and the Developmental Disabilities Agency. In the customized employment pilot projects, more than 590 VR staff across the country and community partners have completed customized employment training to build and develop their capacity to deliver the service. Nearly 100 consumers have or are currently receiving customized employment services as a result of the customized employment projects, and that number is growing every day. There have been significant systemic changes, including an increase in the number and quality of partnerships between vocational rehabilitation, developmental disability agencies, departments of education, and community rehabilitation programs. These organizations have provided joint funding for the training in order to ensure the sustainability of these customized employment projects. You can find out more on our resources page in the Customized Employment Topic Area tab on our website. The next topic area is the integration of vocational rehabilitation into the larger workforce development system. This technical assistance area is included in 20 intensive technical assistance agreements that we have. Technical assistance and training has focused on helping workforce partners to assess their level of integration and alignment and to identify desired levels for the future. This is done primarily through our integration continuum. And this continuum is a self-assessment that VR and core partners in the workforce development system complete to determine where they're at now and where they'd like to be in terms of integration and alignment, and then we help them as a technical assistance agency to get to the level of integration they desire. One of the goals is to increase co-enrollment of consumers among partners and to increase the utilization of career pathways in consumer planning among core partners. In addition, developing and utilizing integrated resource teams for consumers served by vocational rehabilitation and other core partners is a key aim of our technical assistance and training. Some of the outcomes associated with this topic area include the workforce development system partners in 6 different states completed the full assessment of their integration level and identified improvements that they want to make in their level of integration and alignment. The number of collaborative events among these core partners has increased by more than 18 in 6 of these different states. The utilization of career pathways as a strategy for service delivery and vocational planning increased by more than 417 individuals in 1 state. In addition, the use of integrated resource teams increased in 5 states with an increase of use by 18 individuals in 1 state. You can find out more by clicking on the resources tab of this topic area on our website. Our next topic area is the common performance measures and reporting. This is our second most commonly requested area of technical assistance and is a part of 33 intensive technical assistance agreements and provided targeted TA in all other agencies. So all 78 agencies in the country have received at least targeted technical assistance in this area, with 33 of them being intensive. Our TA has focused on increasing the capacity of VR agencies to accurately track and report the data elements for the RSA 911, the policy and procedure development and revision, and also the addition of internal controls into those policies and procedures, development of a program improvement plan based on the analysis of the data gathered, and provision of training to staff. The impact of this technical assistance has been that the TA and training contributed to successful reporting in all 33 agencies that received technical assistance from us on an intensive level. All agencies increased the accuracy of their reporting and reduced the number of errors reported on the RSA 911 report. In addition, all agencies were able to successfully gather the necessary data for establishing the target rates for the common performance measures. 1/3 of the agencies have established program improvement plans based on the technical assistance provided, and 4 of the VR programs have revised their staff performance evaluations to reflect the common performance measures. You can find out more in the Common Performance Measure topic area on our website. Our next area of technical assistance is business engagement. Business engagement is one of 3 topic areas that was added to the WINTAC after the Job-Driven Vocational Rehabilitation Technical Assistance Center ended. 8 new states have been added with intensive agreements related to business engagement since business engagement was added as a technical assistance area. TA is focused on assessing business engagement practices and the competency of VR staff to engage with businesses, tracking business engagement for reporting, marketing VR services to business, and training for staff. 50% of the states have completed business engagement training curriculum for staff, are capturing business engagement information, and 75% have developed marketing materials to employers. You can find out more at the business engagement topic area on the WINTAC website. In addition, you'll note that the business engagement information created and developed by the Job-Driven Center has migrated over to the WINTAC and has been continued on our site. Our next area of technical assistance includes the use of labor market information, including the use of the Career Index Plus. The Career Index Plus began as a pilot project for the WINTAC, but became so widely used that we added it as its own topic area. Technical assistance is primarily focused on how to use the program, so training basically, and how to embed the use of LMI into the IPE planning process. It is a topic area in 11 intensive technical assistance agreements, and 67 of the 78 vocational rehabilitation programs in the country are using the system now. More than 6,400 vocational rehabilitation counselors are registered within the Career Index Plus, and more than 2,872 VR consumers were invited to be participants in the system by their counselors. It's important to note that TCI Plus was modified to be vocational rehabilitation friendly as a part of the WINTAC. So there are elements of the system that are specific to helping participants and VR counselors assess transferable skills, assess capacity, interests, and do job matching for them in the system itself. You can find more, including training on how to use the system, at the WINTAC website. The final topic area that we provide technical assistance in is apprenticeships. This is another relatively new topic area that came over from the Job-Driven Center. It is included in 3 intensive technical assistance agreements that we have now, and technical assistance is focused primarily on promoting the use of apprenticeships and increasing the apprenticeship opportunities for VR consumers across the country. The number of VR consumers engaged in apprenticeship has increased in each of the states where technical assistance has been provided, with an increase of more than 10 in one state. This is an area of technical assistance that grows daily and is being promulgated across multiple state VR agencies through targeted technical assistance as well. You can find more information on the apprenticeship topic tab at the WINTAC website. We have a workforce innovation pilot project called SARA, or the Semi-Autonomous Rehabilitation Assistant, which is an artificial intelligence software program that communicates with clients and with case management systems from vocational rehabilitation and workforce partners without requiring them to modify their systems. The initial purpose of SARA as a workforce innovation pilot project was to demonstrate that it was possible to link workforce system computers and systems, including vocational rehabilitation, together to share data and information as required by WIOA without them having to have the same system or to modify their own systems. We piloted the project in 3 states, Nevada, Alaska, and Kentucky, as part of the WINTAC. In each of those states, SARA has successfully connected the workforce partners and is sharing data across partners now. There are more than 22,000 consumer contacts per quarter on average in these 3 states. In addition, SARA has proven to be able to capture credential data on more than 500 consumers and measurable skill gains information on more than 120 consumers. This is increasing literally by the day as agencies become more adept at using SARA to communicate with clients to gather information that would take a tremendous amount of activity and labor-intensive time on the part of the VR program without this program. Another pilot project we have is called peer mentoring. Peer mentoring was established as a way to demonstrate that it was possible for VR programs to initiate and establish a network of peer mentors across the state to provide services and help to individuals with disabilities, especially youth with disabilities, and help them achieve higher expectations. Youth with disabilities that have been successfully mentored with other youth on how they can move towards self-sufficiency through higher education and meaningful careers has been a key component of our technical assistance. Peer mentoring is included in 7 different intensive agreements that we have across the country, and each of those areas has been able to establish a formal peer mentoring system in 5 of those states where it did not exist prior to our technical assistance. More than 200 peer mentors have been trained so far, and more than 300 individuals with disabilities are now mentees. And once again, this number grows daily as the number of peer mentors who are trained and the number of individuals with disabilities, especially youth that are connected with peer mentors, grows. You can find out more about WINTAC by going to www.wintac.org. On our website, you'll find all 8 of our topic areas that are listed, and you can click on each of them to get resources, training, and information. In addition, we offer training that you can get CRC credit for if you're interested by clicking on the training tab. There are many resources in each of our topic areas, and you can request technical assistance from us directly via the web, or you can find out more about our pilot projects, participate in a community of practice around one of our topic areas, and be added to our distribution list. Finally, there are reports on the website about the WINTAC annually and how we've performed and the work that we've done. We look forward to seeing you on the website. Thank you.